Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden, representing the Democratic Party for President of the United States, has made his choice. Kamala Harris seems to be an extraordinary choice from amongst those who held themselves as possible candidates for president. She seems to be well aware, well versed, and bold. Well, she's African, slave, she's native, Indian, land taken. Woo-wee! Slaves and had your land taken. That should put you some compassion, doesn't it? And you see, that will give you compassion, ladies and gentlemen. Let me give you an example. The natives and black people have gone through the worst things that people could experience here in America. Now, I can guarantee you, neither one of them are thinking about trying to get even with you. They have learned that they do not want to be suffering. So they know no one wants to be suffering. And those who suffer will want to stop the suffering. So this can cause conflict. But we've risen above this tidal wave and we're ready to go forward. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you this. This combination might be well, especially when you talk about someone that's totally opposite, which happens to be white. Not all white people, but he happens to be white. Donald Trump and the United States Senate and those that support Donald Trump and the right-wing evangelicals and fundamentalists. The sad thing about this is that they call themselves representatives of God. And I heard Mark Walker say, he's a Republican from North Carolina, I believe, and he's on the House of Representatives. And he was being queried, and his response to a question was, a moral leader, what would you rather have? A moral leader, good standing person, or a leader that can get you from point A to point B? Basically said it doesn't take how immoral a person can be. The main concern is to get from point A to point B. And the morality of it is, how do you get there? What is supposed to happen getting there? And what will the end be? That's the morality of it. Those things, each one must be answered in the positive. That's the way the moral perspective works. In the immoral, in whatever it takes to get to point A, will do anything, any and everything. Lie, cheat, steal, kill, take your land, make you a slave, anything to get what they want. That's what Trump is about, right? Do anything to get what he wants. And they are stuck with him to get what he wants. And those who represent God over there with those fundamentalists and evangelicals, right wing, who gladly and boldly stand there with Trump, I want you to know they represent a different God. They represent the God of hate. The God of, now, what I mean when I say hate, I mean that they hate others. They can't stand others. Want to get rid of others. They're mean. And they want to claim everything as their own. Now that's the God. That's the God they serve. That's the God that they present before America every dead blasted day. But what I'm proposing to you, ladies and gentlemen, is that we be different. Let us represent a God that is filled with so much love that all of us who stand on the moral level, how many there might be, are protected. But this love is so great till it overflows, and those that were not so moral are protected. And it's so strong still that it spreads out over to those who even hate God. God's love flows out to them. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not talking about some miracle. You know, you sit out there in the porch, sometimes the sun shining, and a few minutes it start raining. I'm not talking about no raining down. I'm talking about people. Just like the people who took over everything that God gave us, took over every resource, got their names on it, got investments on it, people getting kickbacks on it. Everybody. It took people participation. It took people participation in accepting this lie, this evil. It took people's participation in advocating for it and getting rules passed and laws passed so that they could rob the nation and the world. It didn't just happen by some devil. The devil might be a spirit somewhere hiding. Or should I say Satan might be a spirit somewhere hiding. And that energy from that evil one might just come out of the earth or wherever it comes from throughout the universe and hit certain people. And they act. Somehow they convince others that they don't have to act. Just wait. Don't rock the boat. It's going to be all right. Trickle down. Well, you'll get it. And if you don't worry about it, because when you die and go there, you'll get it. Now, doesn't that seem like a trick? Come on, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't that seem like a trick? And if that seems like a trick, do you think it's going to end with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden? For me, I think they are 1,000 times better than Trump. But if they can't see what I just shared with you, and if you're a Democrat and you can't see it, then you are evil as well. Well, we are all evil, you know, but some of us are trying to do better. So what I'm saying, I'm not saying, because I know I wouldn't ask you not to vote for this black woman and this white man. I wouldn't dare ask you that. These Democrats, they're so tired of Trump. So I would not dare ask you that. I wouldn't even ask you to not vote for them for God this time, because I know you would throw God out in the slop. Because you will be reminded of a God that when you were sick, ignored you. People laid hands on you, you didn't recover. A God who you were suffering in ragged ghetto houses and you was praying and didn't answer you. Well, see, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know, that was the God that's over there with Trump now. They are the ones who were taking stuff. See, they made it possible for you to need money to get these things done. God only made it possible for you to care for one another and to be free. And these things would get done. So what I'm saying to you is, that's the other God. Now, if you want to be great and serving God and humankind, then you got to help Ms. Harris and Mr. Biden. You got to help them. You got to not just sit back and watch what they're going to do. You got to let them know what you want done. You are the boss now. Let them know what you want done. And then empower them to see that it's gotten done. That whatever obstacles might be in their way, they are removed by the power of we, the American people, who have said we're ready for a brand new change and we're going to prove it. We're going to love the world. But we're going to start here at home. My. So you don't have to break in the store, robbing, what you call looting and all that kind of stuff, rioting because you are complaining about your situation and they're telling you they do not give a damn, go home and take it. And when you say you're not going anywhere, they bring out the mob to beat you up and spray tear gas on you and all that stuff. So they call you a savage. While they have driven you to that point. And rather than fix it, they'd rather put you in jail. But they don't know any better. Why? Because you haven't taught them. You have not taught them the will of God. Now see, they are respecting the God over there that says what they're doing is right. Now, do you get the picture, ladies and gentlemen? You can go on and vote for Ms. Harris and Mr. Biden. But don't think that you're going to get anything different than what you've got in the past if you don't stand up and allow the Spirit of God to be manifest in you and help these people get business done. Thank you so very much for your time. Goodbye.